Hello everyone, welcome to Beyond IIT. Today I wanted to talk about skill stacking. Skill stacking or talent stacking is a term coined by Scott Adams. Scott Adams writes and illustrates the Dilbert cartoon strip that you've seen in various newspapers and magazines. And he has built quite an impressive set of talents or skills in his lifetime. And he has shared his thoughts on skill stacking and talent stacking fairly openly, and he's written a really nice book about it. So, I wanted to cover why skill stacking matters, and my promise to you at the end of this episode is that you will have an actionable strategy to think about building layers of expertise on top of your existing skills so that you become more marketable and you can multiply your lifetime earnings. So to do that, let's talk about what is the skill stack, right? So to increase your earning potential, you need to stack skills on top of each other. And it is very important that these skills are related, which means that if you are a great carpenter, right, it probably doesn't make sense for you to also be a doctor, right? They are not that related. Those skills are not that related. However, if you are a product manager, for example, and you also become a good public speaker, then you are one of the few people who can do two hard things really well, right? Now, there are very few people who are as good at cricket as Sachin Tendulkar or as good at basketball as Michael Jordan, right? However, there are many people who can be in the top 10 or top 15% of a particular skill. But if you are able to be in the top 10% or top 15% of two skills, then you become far more valuable. And as you add more skills that you're really good at, for example, product management, graphic design, and public speaking, you become a hard to find talent individual, right? You become a unicorn in some sense. There is a unicorn I work with at Adobe. He is amazing at graphic design and he's one of the best engineers, right? And he helps us prototype design ideas and he's really, really good. And because he's so good at two hard to do things, he's very hard to replace, right? He gets yearly bonuses. He does really well for himself. Similarly, if you have skills in a particular area or if you build skills in an area, think about adding related skills, right? Think about adding skills on top of your existing skill set and keep growing and keep learning. That is the only way to succeed in a long career. So think about your strategy. If you are an engineer today, what are the other things you're going to be good at? And what are the other 2 or 3 skills that you would like to add in the next year or two so that you become a formidable presence, right? And I can guarantee you a lot of those skills are soft skills. And I'll share about what turned out to be my strategy. And now I don't want to say everything in my career was planned, right? There is always this a little bit of hindsight bias that creeps in when you think about your own career and you try to explain how you went about doing the things that you did. You can tell a pretty neat story around your career, but irrespective, I think it's important for you to know that how I went about it was I had a bachelor's degree from a bad engineering college, which I've talked about in my first episode where I was explaining people about me. I then decided to learn about acoustics and music because those were my individual passions, right? These were things that I was interested in. And it was because I was interested in acoustics and music, I was able to find an internship in my second year, right actually at the end of my first year in my master's program. And that internship in a software music company got me a job at Dolby Laboratories. Then I developed my public speaking skills. I attended sales conferences and developed some skills and public speaking skills that helped me communicate better. And even though I'm not the smartest engineer and I cannot code to save my life, I mean, I can save my life by coding, but it just won't be the most efficient code you've seen. I was able to grow in my career and find opportunities that were not available to my peers or others who had stellar engineering degrees but did not have a set of related skills that allowed them to communicate with confidence or allowed them to have hard negotiations that went in their favor. So think about what are those skills, right? Does it make sense for you to, for example, get a law degree on top of an engineering degree, or a graphic design degree on top of an engineering degree? Or if you have an English major or an English degree, what would be the next thing for you to do? I think persuasive communication and writing would be like significant skills for you to look at, and also developing expertise in a particular domain would help you write better than other people with similar degrees. So the general skills that people go for when it comes to skill stacking are effective communication, public speaking, writing, and pacing, which is mimicking somebody else's behavior when you're talking to them so that you become more relatable and likable. Uh, Persuasion and negotiation are skills that help in every sphere. These are skills that will help you no matter what you do. So you should definitely go out and seek those skills. Observing people and listening are really important skills that people don't talk about but are key to unlocking value, because these are the skills that make people feel respected. It makes you as an audience member feel more receptive to the people you're listening to, and then you can go back and have interesting conversations with the people that you're listening to. Learning a second language, learning about psychology and selling are key things to add to your skill stack. And finally, pursue your own obsession and your own and your own curiosities. Just like I pursued my curiosities around acoustics and electronic music, even though nobody at that time was really doing that in my master's program. Those are things that set me apart from everybody, and I was able to find jobs in the fields that I was interested in. So a lot of these soft skills are today available to be learned for free. There are so many courses on negotiation and selling and public speaking that are available online and available for free, that you can start adding those skills today. There is no reason for you to sign up for certification courses. These are just things that you can keep learning and practicing and learning and practicing, and you're going to get better over time. And nobody's going to trust a certificate on public speaking. They want to see you talk in public. They want to see how you communicate and how relatable you are to your audience. And having a bag full of skills or a bag full of tools is key to unlocking your potential and key to unlocking significant earnings growth for you as you pursue your career and your long career. So there are 5 things that you should do. You should watch 4 of the videos that I have listed in the link section in the description of this episode. And you should read a really interesting blog on talent stacking, which writes down a lot of the things that I'm talking about. The 4 videos that I want you to watch, one of them is from Scott Adams, and one of them is an amazing public speaking video by Patrick Wilson. And these are going to be a great use of your time. You're going to understand why these things are valuable and how they will make you go from being rich to being wealthy. They are going to help you 10x your earning potential as you pursue your career goals. So that's it. I hope you found this useful, and stay tuned for the next episode. Thank you so much.